Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the dick measuring contest between Irvine and Squall. Are you serious? I've balanced out the party. May need to switch party members often. Let me just confirm how to go about it. I'm sorry, I may need to switch party members often. Maybe I should go over it. And oh crap, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip through this. Okay, now that we're out of tutorial hell again, because I've had to explain how to switch members, and also another interesting feature that I've kind of already shown off already, just because I know it, is Junction Exchange, which just basically allows for you to change over everything that's junctioned to another character. But happy Thursday, everybody. Now that we're past the whole dick measuring contest that Irvine and Squall were doing, we can now move on to more important things. Let's just put it that way. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Last time we reported in to Galbadia Garden. We found out a couple of things there. One, Cypher's probably dead. Because of his actions with President Delink, he has probably been executed, or at least we know that the sentence has been carried out. We did also run into Fujin and Raijin in Galbadia Garden because they relayed a message to them. And now they're going to go and look for Cypher, which is probably not going to be a fun story in their lives. But hey, that's at least their prerogative. That's what they want to do. And we also got a new mission, which is in conjunction between both Balam and Galbadia Garden, or Balam and Galbadia Garden, which is they've had enough of the sorceress's crap. It's time to take her out. So we already kind of figured out that the sorceress was the ambassador that Galbadia is advertising. And so at that point, that's a problem. Because the sorceress, as you guys can kind of see, is, well, evil. And I know that I'm kind of staying in one place. Believe it or not, there's actually a story segment that I couldn't remember how I accessed here. Don't worry about that. Anyway, they were basically using the sorceress as an intimidation tactic to anybody they were negotiating with. I'm using air quotes there. And so at that point, Balam and Galbadia Garden do not agree with this and have decided that it's time to assassinate the sorceress. And they have tasked Squall and his crew with doing just that. But now we have a new member who is basically going to be our sniper for the mission, and that is Irvine. Irvine is going to be a more permanent member. In fact, from here, we have our party. I know that that's fairly early on compared to Final Fantasy VII, but yeah, we have all of the party that we're going to get for this game. You just have the 6. And occasional switch-ins here and there, but this is the baseline party. Hey, you guys want to stop by the usual? No, not really. Where's that? I don't care. The Delink Shopping Arcade. It costs 3,000 gil to board this train bound for Delink City. You getting on? Well, geez, that takes up most of my paycheck, but sure. So I'll probably get a big payout when we complete this new mission. Hey, look, Squall's being Squall. Yay! He did what Selphie wanted him to do. You'll notice I didn't even speak with the bubble because I knew what he was doing. Haven't we left yet? When's this train leaving? Come on. Well, I mean, we only have half our party, so it can't leave yet. Oh, now we have the other half. So we have Selphie, we have Kistis, and we also have Irvine. And Kistis, for some reason, is hiding behind Squall. You caught on. Yeah, go. Just go, little 10-year-old. All right. So now that we have our party here, this train, bound for Delink City, will be departing shortly. This is the only train bound for Delink City anyway. Perhaps it's fate. not sure what he means by that, but... So what do we do about him? I don't know. Who are you referring to? Irvine just kind of went off. Shouldn't you check? Shouldn't you go check on Selfie? Why? I don't want that Irvine guy using the guest room. Don't open it for him. Ooh, somebody... Well, now we have 2 dick measuring contests with Irvine. Zell and Squall just have a problem with him. Selfie, we're destined to be together. I'm sure we are, Hotshot. Yeah, right. Wow, smartest decision she's made all day. Sigh of love? No. Pardon me. Okay, well that was interesting. My heart's pounding. Why is this I'm feeling? It's an important mission. Get used to handling pressure while you still can. That's all you get out of her. Thank goodness I don't have to go through the train, take us away. Oh, that gets annoying, at least for me. I know some people it isn't. Renault. Oh. Now we see the problem. Irvine Kinneas, you're playing a major role in this mission. Now behave yourself. No one understands me. Sharpshooters are loners by nature. Crap, he's going there, people! Hone our instincts, pour our whole being into a single bullet. I think he's having the G Gundam talk with us. Is he having the G Gundam talk with us? Pressure of the moment. An instant of tension. That's what I have to face alone. It's not easy. The sharpshooters can only communicate through their guns. Gundam fans will get that. So, like, just do me a favor. Let me be. Okay. Get my drift. That is definitely not what people expected. There was no damage to the train. There was just some shaking. I repeat, there was no damage to the train from that minor vibration. Everything's fine. Fine, really. How are you? I love the Star Wars joke. I have to use it whenever intercom like that goes off. So now we have our full party. We are on our way to Delink City. And first things first I want to do in between dialogue is I want to congratulate all the Final Fantasy VIII fans who are excited for me doing this playthrough. I want to congratulate you guys because of the amazing announcement you just barely got. I'm not going to worry about this because it's just more train stuff. But congratulations on the announcement for Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. That's pretty awesome for you guys. I mean, 7's getting the remake, but at least they gave a little... I know that the rumor was that 8 was going to get a similar remake, but after talking to a few of you, I know you're at least glad you're getting some kind of a remaster so that this thing can come out and you can play it on updated consoles. I'm at least happy that you guys are getting that. I believe it was set for PS4, but I think also Switch. I can't remember the consoles off the top of my head, but congratulations to you guys. You finally got some 8 love. Who knows, maybe there'll be more 8 love in the future. We're going to Caraway's mansion, right? Well, we just gotta take bus 8. Sounds like you know this place pretty well. So this is where Laguna... So this is where Laguna's from! Such a goofball! Oh my gosh! I gotta remember, inner monologue voice. But no, that's an amazing announcement. I know the 7 remake kind of got a lot of attention, but that was an awesome thing to have happen for you guys, is that you got this remastered version. I kind of wish the gameplay had been revamped as well, but I mean, who knows? Maybe later on, like putting 8 in that 7 remake kind of engine, that would make sense too. So I wouldn't necessarily throw that out just yet. It's possible. We'll have to see how well the 7 remake does. But I wanted to congratulate you guys, bottom line. General Caraway's mansion is right through this gate, but can't just let you walk in. I believe he's been informed of our arrival. Yes, indeed, but I was ordered not to let you through until your skills have been tested. What? What the hell's he talking about? Right, Zell, what the hell is he talking about? Test our skills. What does he want us to do? The Tomb of the Unknown King to the northeast. All you have to do is go there. It's real simple, but you have to go bring back proof that you were there. A code number. Code number. We came all the way out here for some stupid test of courage? Who does he think we are? Yeah, right, Zell! There are many students like yourself who wish to call on General Caraway. There was a student from Galbadia Garden yesterday who was yet to return from the test at the Tomb of the Unknown King. Tomb of the Unknown King is located northeast of the city. Your objective is to go to the Tomb of the Unknown King, look for traces of this lost student, and return with his ID number. Don't you have other people that could do this? You should be able to find what you're looking for shortly after you go in. The ID number should be written on it. I don't recommend going any further than you have to. You may never make it back alive. Anyway, here's a map for you. You can press this button while inside the Tomb of the Unknown King to bring it up. So yeah. Press this button again while the map is displayed to escape from the dungeon. But just remember, your seed rank will go down. I don't know how you would know that. You're just a military guy. So, we now have a new task. He's going to go ahead and escort us out of town. We have to go to this place called the Tomb of the Unknown King. Alright, I'll accompany you out. It's quite convenient if you rent a car when you travel outside. This is also just kind of a tutorial to teach you that you can rent cars in this game. Believe it or not, getting airship travel is later on, and they wanted to try and do something like minor travel, like they've done in past games, like the hovercraft from 4. And so they gave you cars in this game. Like every town has a car rental shop, I think minus Timber. Timber might have one, but I don't remember if it does or not. But you can rent a car, but you also have to buy fuel for it. So keep that in mind. That's extra expenses. But yes, now we have to go and do a tedious little errand to go head to the Tomb of the Unknown King to pass this little test of strength, courage, whatever you want to call it, and then bring the number back to General Caraway. Now, I did a little bit of grinding in between going to the Tomb of the Unknown King, but I'm also going to be doing some grinding afterwards. As you remember, he said that it's pretty dangerous. It's probably not a good idea to go in there. Actually, we're going to want to go further in. Because believe it or not, you can get a Guardian Force here, and that's very, very helpful. So without further ado, let's go ahead and head into the Tomb of the Unknown King. Thankfully, it's not too hard to find. Oh, and it looks like more students were trying to pass this little test of courage. I'm not sure if that means they passed, but... Float! Okay. You float in the water? It's not really a whole lot to go off of. Oh, well, we're going to get some Protect. What she actually means, and I'll go ahead and explain it really quick, is that there are a lot of enemies that utilize the earth element within that tomb. Specifically, the Guardian Force that we're going to be going after is earth-based. And so this is kind of a friendly reminder, if you're not a Final Fantasy fan, the way to counter earth magic, which is to cast Float on your entire party. So there will be actually a draw point where you can get it, and I think a few enemies there will let you draw Float. if you don't have encounter rate none like I do, or you're not over, at least a smidgen overpowered like I am right now. So student ID number 123. This is the item they were talking about. This is the sword you need to find. You could technically go in, get the sword number, and go back out. But you'll lose the opportunity to go to the Tomb of the Unknown King until later. So, and in some cases, if you wait too long, you don't get access to the tomb. I should point that out. And you'll have to get this summon, I think, a completely different way, or you won't be able to get it. I don't know. The game is kind of weird in that regard. Some are allowed to be able to be gotten later on, the ones that you get from boss fights. I don't think this one was, in fact, one of them. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at this one. Who's there? Well, that's one way to get greeted. So, people might take this as, okay, this might be the Guardian Force that we get. You'd be half right. I mean, you're not entirely wrong. You'd be half right. This is Minotaur. And he is one half of the Guardian Force that we're about to get, but you guys will see in a minute. Obviously, this guy is not the one you have to worry about with Earth magic. It's when we're gonna have to fight this guy again, and when you fight him again, then he starts using Earth magic. And that's when you really want to pull out Float. Otherwise, he will kick the crap out of you. But thankfully, this fight isn't too bad. As long as you've done your due diligence in getting some Guardian Force abilities and in getting proper spells to junction, this fight shouldn't be too much of a problem for you. All it takes is a couple of hits and then he kind of gives up. Now, as you can see, he heals himself every turn. They're pretty strong. Well, there you go. Like I said, he eventually gives up after a while, so you just have to keep that in mind. Bastards, it ain't over. Oh, I'm sorry. This one is sacred. I thought the other one was the other one was sacred. But okay. But you'll notice that he was keeping a switch down, which I believe is basically a door, and that door we don't have access to yet. We're technically not done yet. So just think about doing this with the regular encounter rate. It'd be kind of a pain in the butt. Thankfully, I can kind of cruise through it, and we can get the plot done just that much quicker. As I review the map in my strategy guide, not necessarily the one in here. The one in the game is not that helpful. At least I don't remember it being. It doesn't give you your actual position in the on the map, whereas I can kind of figure out through a diagram I have in my strategy guide where I am. So here we go. Let's continue on. Hopefully we'll be able to at least get one other piece done today before we have to call it a day. But yeah, so we're going to go through the whole Tomb of the Unknown King. We're going to get this new Guardian Force. I'll probably have to do a grinding period after that just to prep for the events of Delink City, because it is a big segment of the game, so much so that it technically ends Disc 1. Yeah, contrary to Final Fantasy VII, this game had 4 discs, and so it's quite lengthy, as long as you're not cruising through it when you know what you're doing. But that's going to go ahead and do it for us this week. So when we get back, we'll finish up the Tomb of the Unknown King, and then we will begin the events in Delink City.